countries. I don't ride cause I'm a Korean. I'm not that nice, I bear the bomb. Then pick a country, do, and blow it up.
Under the leader Kim Il-sung, North Korea was solidified as a communist state. The North Koreans eventually waged war on South Korea, trying to reunify the Koreas into one country. The Americans sent troops to South Korea to suppress the spread of communism, following the Truman Doctrine. The North Koreans had the Chinese as allies in the war, while the South Koreans had the Americans as allies. South Koreans were able to push the North Koreans back, coming to a standstill near the border between the Koreas. After the war, communism was strongly enforced under the dictator Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung died in 1994 and was succeeded by his son Kim Jong-il, who still reigns supreme and supports communism.
In a way, Korea has always been struggling. From the imperial occupation of the Japanese rule to the rule of Kim Il-sung, Korea was politically and economically unstable. In North Korea, near the Korean War, Kim Il-sung took leadership. Since his rule, all opposing political enemies have been eliminated, opposing political thought has been oppressed, and the ideals of communism have been spread.
North Korea has little interest in expanding their territory. Their main concern regarding expansion is to reunify Korea into a single state. Independence for the North Koreans was ultimately achieved in 1945 when the Japanese were expelled from Korea. However, since the northern half of Korea was occupied by Soviet forces at the time, and the southern half was occupied by Allied forces, Korea was split into two countries, North and South. The United Nations decided to withdraw all foreign troops from Korea and hold free elections. Soviets withdrew from Korea in 1948, leaving Kim Il-sung with more or less control over North Korea. From then on, Kim Il-sung led Korea for the next 46 years until his death in 1994. He is succeeded by his son, who shares many of the same principles regarding the government. Starting from Kim Il-sung's takeover of North Korea, it has become a communist dictatorship. Social classes are determined by loyalty to the government. Those most loyal are rewarded with the highest education and most comfortable living environments. Those somewhat loyal are given decent education and are kept under surveillance by the government. Those least loyal are forced to work as laborers and/or are sent to prison camps. People are encouraged and rewarded for spying on their neighbors, friends, and families, and reporting to the government any remarks made against the government. Even a small remark given against the government will result in sending up to 3 generations of a family, including the young and old, to be sent to prison camps.
Their economic downfall started also with Kim Il-sung, when he didn't stop his gruesome practices and got banned from the United Nations. After that, other countries did not want to do anything with the troubled country, with the exception of China, and they fell into an economic decline. Some facts about North Korea are its capital is Pyongyang, the adult literacy rate is an astonishing 99%, and the life expectancy of males is 13 years longer than that of women. But there is a terror in North Korea, and that terror is prison camps. These camps are relatable to those used by Joseph Stalin. People can go to these camps for even the slightest misdemeanor, such as a positive comment on imperialism or crossing the border for less than 5 minutes. People can stay in camps for life, and even have up to 3 generations of their family put in camps for one comment. North Korea violates about every single article in the Declaration of Human Rights one way or another, but these prison camps mainly violate Articles 3, 5, 13, and 19. Article 3 states everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. In all the prison camps combined, up to 200,000 prisoners die each year. This violates the life aspect in this article. They take away people's liberty when they send citizens to camps for the slightest errors. Finally, the North Korean police spy on people to make sure they're being good. They even ask citizens to spy on their own family and friends. This is a direct violation of security of person. Article 5 states no one should be subjected to torture or cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. This is directly violated by prison camps. At these camps, prisoners are tortured, beaten, and used for chemical testing. Guards are even rewarded for beating and sometimes killing prisoners. Prisoners will also be used as human guinea pigs for chemical testing, some of which result in gruesome death. This torture and inhuman treatment clearly violates the 5th article. The first part of Article 13 states everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. This is directly violated in the incident when 2 American reporters got arrested in 2009. They came across the border with no intention of even going into North Korea and were on North Korean soil for about 1 minute before realizing their mistake and were headed back to China when they were seen, arrested, and sent to a prison camp for a few months. Because they were arrested for just crossing the border, it violates the 13th article. Article 19 states everyone has the right to freedom of expression and opinion. This is directly violated when people try to express their opinions and speak out against the government and therefore get sent to a prison camp.